Morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Friday. Hashtag Fun Friday. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Today's Red Mic message: old guy crap and the guys who pretend it isn't. Legal question for the dads out there. A friend of mine, Mark Fox, posted something the other day. His daughter Katie sent him an email with the subject line, old people questions. Now, first of all, that's aggressive. Second of all, he said the will has already been amended. The real question is now whether she should be left anything at all. um, just cracked me up when I read it. And here's where I pile on, but I pile on myself. The interns in my office have informed me that I need to start a pop culture reference jar, not a cuss jar. I don't cuss in the office, but a pop culture reference jar. And apparently, the rule would be that every time I make a pop culture reference they don't understand, I have to put $1 in it, which is both silly and interesting because I don't remember ever signing up to support financially their lack of education. I knew we had a real problem. I used the word plethora. Now, to their credit, they know the definition of the word. They're educated. We're not running a circus. But what they didn't understand is why that word, to Gen Xers like me, why it's funny. And that's worse because if you know the word but you don't hear the joke, that means somewhere along the way, Three Amigos got skipped. And I'm sorry, that's a failure of the system. That's a failure of their parents. I'm not saying it should be mandatory viewing, but I'm also not saying that. And honestly, I don't even blame the interns. I blame their parents. These are all, you know, really smart kids. I think they're all like 3.75 GPA kids and higher. They're smart. They show up. They work hard. They work intelligently. But somewhere along the way, they're also culturally deprived. I made the point, my kids along the way, Clash of the Titans, definitely. Ferris Bueller, definitely. Three Amigos, for sure. I made sure that they did not miss out on that part of their education. Now, in their role as interns, we've got them reading books, learning things, contributing. I went to a seminar last week and I gave each of them, I didn't give them, I told them, here are all the topics, pick one. And I'm gonna need good summaries of these and then your ideas about what we could or couldn't do related to these subjects. I mean, their parents did a good job. Again, reading, learning things, building futures, learning skills, all of that. But at some point, they also should have been on a couch watching Fletch and the original Arthur so they could talk to grown-ups. And I'm not saying it's neglect, but I'm asking the question, can you build a complete adult on textbook books alone? And I don't think you can, because here's the deal. At some point, every guy like me, you cross an invisible line. One day you're fine, and the next day you make a noise when you sit down. That noise is the line. There's two types of guys after that moment. Group one, they accept it. They stretch a little more. They buy better shoes. They work out a little bit more. They Google quietly, why does my knee sound like bubble wrap? Now, group two, they go the other direction. They buy younger clothes. They say they're basically 28. You know, gay pop culture reference. They're like Joey, trying to play a character that is a lot younger than himself. And if you don't know what that one is, just try. Just go watch an old episode of Friends. You'll find it eventually. These guys are trying to prove something, usually to a group of people who think Top Gun is a retro movie. You mean Paul McCartney used to be in bands? He just didn't sing by himself? Shut up. The problem is not us getting older. All right. The problem is denying reality while your body is filling out daily incident reports and your interns are keeping score. Greg Barrett talks about getting to the point where you sleep wrong. It's a good joke. You're 40 plus, 45 plus. You didn't tweak something. You picked up a cooler like you were still 25. So now every time I say something like we've got a plethora of options, I'm laughing. They're taking notes, and somehow, somewhere, Chevy Chase is disappointed in them. And I'm not saying give up. I'm saying adjust. There's a difference. The guys who handle this well, they don't try to win the same way they used to. They get smarter, they get more efficient. They stop proving and they start choosing. They still show up, they just don't pretend like they're still 25. And the guys who don't end up hurt, tired, quietly frustrated because deep down they know the scoreboard changed, but they're still playing by the old rules. And that's not just about getting older, that's leadership, that's life, because every season changes the rules a little. And if you don't adjust, you don't just lose, you look foolish doing it. Be like old Ferris Bueller. Look around every once in a while because life moves pretty fast. Now, my interns, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I think I'm just going to keep making pop culture references and then telling them, you know what, you don't know what it means? Look it up. It's from this. You've got every streaming service known to man. Go watch that movie this weekend. That's your assignment. No, you're not getting paid for watching the movie, but I do expect results. So get in here, pay attention. To Mark and my other, 40 plus crowd, accept reality. It's cheaper than denial. Adjusting is not quitting, it's learning how to stay in the game. Wisdom should replace ego over time and not compete with it. The goal isn't to be who you were, it's to be effective where you are. If your team is keeping score on something, you might want to pay attention. And to those interns who didn't know the plethora reference, it may be that you don't have my intellect or my education, or it could be that you're upset about something else. So learn plethora in the Three Amigos tradition. Please, I'm begging you. And that's today's Red Mike message, hashtag Fun Friday. I hope you found it interesting. I can't imagine you found it helpful, not on hashtag Fun Friday. That's not the point of hashtag Fun Friday. The point is to maybe get you to smile a little bit, and I hope that you did. And I hope you had a good time today. I love you guys. I'll see you again next time. And go out there, have a great weekend. Go out there today, knock the cover off the ball. I'll be back to regular life and leadership lessons on Monday, I promise. And until next time, as always, life is short. Drink the bourbon. I'll see you.